Good afternoon, it's Rich. I'm in my get dirty attire, helping a young family that I know. They had purchased a vehicle by a small independent car dealer and suggested that they'd like to put a scanner on the car. And the salesman got all offended, saying, I have done business for 36 years and I am a well-respected member of the community and so forth and so on. Okay. So they backed down, bought the vehicle. After the second time driving it, check engine light came on. Oh yeah. I wasn't available for coming down to examine the vehicle before they purchased it. So far, I've done front brakes on it. I've replaced the knock sensors down the inside the valley of the V8 Chevrolet engine, and I'm currently completely rebuilding the front end, all of the ball joints, upper control arms, tie rod ends, pitman arm, idler arm, and so forth. But as I'm working, I'm still seeking and have my heart open to receive. And the thought or the image that's come to me is about discovering the mystery of why God created me. I mean, we can go out and we can live our life the way we want. We have free will. And we can experience the things we want in life, good and bad. We can be in control. We can be in charge. Or we can surrender our hearts and our lives to God and trust Him. That the purpose He has for us is far greater than anything we could imagine or achieve on our own. And so the thought I was having on the way back from picking up lunch and a tool that I needed, and was contemplating some of these things. You know, one of those Salah moments, you just kind of meditate on an image that God puts in your heart. And it was about that subject, discovering why God created me and what my purpose is. I mean, I know what I fell into for my career, and that was kind of amazing, however that happened. But God has so much more than that available. Things that have eternal purpose and eternal value rather than temporal. And so the thoughts I'm having and the image I have is about us with a hardened heart resisting God, and those that have a tender heart or a soft heart towards God, kind of like a tender reed in the wind, in the breeze. If God is pressing against you a certain direction and you're holding steadfast to what you want in life, will you break? Kind of like Judas did. Judas had his own ideas of what he wanted, and he tried to force and manipulate and pressure Jesus into doing what he wanted. It wasn't directly, it was indirectly. But it didn't work, and in the end, it broke him, and it cost him his life. And the thoughts and images about that is, he's one of the 12 that Jesus chose. So he was in Jesus' ministry. He was close to Jesus. And he betrayed him. So what can we take away from that? God, what is it you're revealing to me today? For me and my family, parents, siblings, and I, some of the greatest struggles or challenges for us has been forgiveness. And I've made amazing progress pressing in and submitting to God in regards to forgiveness. I mean, in my ancestry, we have a bloodline that, I don't know the exact pathway of the bloodline, but we're one of two families that have an extreme issue with forgiveness for the majority of the family members. Some of them intermarried, and it's some sort of a conflict over pigs. You can't choose or pick your family, at least the ones you're born into. But the ones you marry into, you have a choice. You can say I do, or you can say I choose not to say I do. But if God brings somebody into your life and you realize that, and you're wise enough, smart enough, desperate enough to say I do, then you have to walk it out. So, okay, God, why did you give me the helper you gave me? In what ways do I need their help? So much more. I'm sorry, when you mix two bunnies together, you get tons of pathways. So, sorry to wander off on another bunny trail. But today, some of the most important things that I hope to express in my daily videos is we can choose our path, or we can let our Creator, who loves us more than we love ourselves and loves us more than anybody on earth loves us, let Him guide us to the path He chose for us. And who knows what's at the end of the path. Maybe somebody who's a hurt, wounded, angry, unforgiving, bitter person turns into a loving, grace-filled, Christ-like older man before he leaves the planet. Who knows? Maybe he has the opportunity to share openly with people, including his children, and keeps them from wasting decades of their life repeating the same lifestyle that I did. I don't know where this goes, but I know love covers a multitude of sins. Well, I think it's loving to share openly my failures, the strongholds and bondage, imprisonment that I was in. And if people have questions, to be able to share my answers from my experiences and from what I hear from God as I press in. So I hope today, if somebody is struggling because life isn't going the way they want it to go, maybe they need to quit fighting against what God is doing in their life and let Him take control, and not live a life battling the very one who wants to show you love and bless you. But surrender and submit to Him and allow Him to lift you up above the storms that many times we create ourselves. Jesus, I thank you. Amen.